Well, a very warm afternoon, guys. Daniel here from Single Malt Jack. I'm sitting here with my Fireman cousin Steve, and we are the show all about whiskey, beers and barbecues. Welcome back, Steve.
Thanks, mate. It's been a bit of a spell for me. It's good to be back, and definitely good to be back in this location that we're here at the moment down at Palm Beach. So yeah, amazing.
Fantastic location. I know we haven't caught up for a while. We've been busy doing other things, but Steve and his family's invited us down to Palm Beach, and I mean, look at where we are. It's just incredible. We're just sitting here waiting for sunset. We've ordered some pizzas, and we thought in the meantime, what we're going to do is run you through Steve and you guys just a couple of my favourite beers at the moment. So what have we got here? We've got a couple of my favourites from Ballistic, and then we're going to move over to a couple of the favourites from Balter, and we've got a very new special edition West Coast IPA from Balter. They call it the Cryomofo, I think that's how you pronounce it, and we're going to let you guys know exactly what we think. So I'm going to pour a couple of these Ballistics. There you go, Fireman Steve.
Thank you. Interesting point to make is that they're all different alcohol contents.
Yeah, and we're going to start with the lightest of the beers. So this is their Hawaiian Haze, double dry hopped Hawaiian Haze, 1.4 standard drinks in the can, 4.6 ABV. Okay, so it's quite light, quite fruity, not too bitter.
Yeah,
the hops are put in quite late in the process, so it's not too bitter. It provides a lot of flavour that way. What are your thoughts on it, Steve? Because I know you are quite a crafty fireman.
Well, it has a citrusy aroma, very light, very appealing smell to it. And mostly what I get with the lower content alcohol is that they're much smoother. So I'm hoping that this one is smooth. As you know, I'm not the world's greatest craft beer drinker.
We know that. We know you like your Great Northerns and your 4Xs and 2Es and that sort of thing. But I know you've been opening up your mind and your experiences a little bit more these days.
Yeah, so. Absolutely, and I'm on board. I've got my own little keg here now, so I'm getting on board the local thing. So,
and tell us where you filled up your keg this time.
This time a local one near my house, Arundel, Gold Coast, Laughing Lizard Brewing Company. For me, it hits my flavour palette. It's a lighter style beer. Very, very on par with like the Great Northern that I drink. So it's not a full flavour bitter beer. This one, I've got the Mexicana in here at the moment. I usually go for the summer ale for the Laughing Lizard guys. Good value, good beer for me. Something that I can really have a session with, So yeah, thanks, mate. Laughing Lizard. Thanks, Daniel, Single Malt Jack, for this beautiful keg we got here, which makes it obviously available to utilise your local breweries. So really, really great idea.
No problem at all, and I'm glad you're actually using it and enjoying it, Steve. So keep on doing that. And thanks to for the shout out for Laughing Lizard. They're a great bunch of guys there, and they actually stock the kegs in there at their brewery. So if you're looking for a keg and you want to see it in person, feel free to go down and have a chat to the guys there, John and Gary. They're great guys, and they'll set you up with a brand new keg. So I've poured the beers. Okay, it looks like we've got quite a lot, but there's only 4 cans between 2 of us. So that's only 2 cans each.
Yeah.
Let's start with the Ballistic Hawaiian Haze. We'll then move on to the Ballistic Oaked XPA. Okay, I'm a huge fan of this beer. Don't know if you will be, but let's see. They basically do an XPA and then they put it in an oak barrel for, I don't know what it is, might be a few weeks, few months. So you can definitely see it takes on some darker colours there. we've got the hazy IPA from Balter, and it's quite fitting that we got Balters here because we're literally only 10 minutes from the brewery down at Currumbin. We're just down here at Palm Beach. This is one of my absolute all-time favourites at the moment for a Friday afternoon beverage. It's really, really nice beer. And then we've got the new offering from Balter at the moment, which I said before, the West Coast IPA. So let us know what you reckon.
Okay, let's start.
Yeah, let's start. Cheers,
Hawaiian
mate.
Haze. Cheers.
Cheers, cuz.
Good to see you again, mate. Thanks for having me.
Fantastic. So 2020 Gab's top 100. I think this beer came in, I can't remember the exact rating, but I think it was top 5. I think it was like number 4 or number 5. So, easy drinking, not too bitter. It's very fruity.
Pretty good. It doesn't have that really deep bitterness when you finish drinking it. It goes down smooth. The initial palate is really citrusy and fresh.
Yeah.
Most issues I have with the craft style beer is that real bitterness at the end.
Yeah.
That really finishes me off. Like I can't continue too much of that. That one's not too bad. It's a light bitterness. It's something that I could sit down to. It's fine. It's a really nice flavour, and haze is a new trend at the moment.
I mean, you look at all these beers, and they're almost all hazy.
Yeah.
I mean, even that XBA is hazy. They're all hazy. So look, hazies are in. I was talking to one of the brewers actually down here at Los Palms, and he said to me, "Oh, absolutely." He goes, "I love drinking hazies. I hate brewing them." So I don't know why. Maybe it's a lot more time and effort involved in actually brewing them. So he wasn't a huge fan of brewing them, but the crowd's spoken. That's what they want. People have spoken.
Oh, that's what they want. That's what they get. Brings in the dollars.
Next one is the Ballistic Oak XBA at 5.5%. So I just wanted to make clear, right at this very second, this is Single Malt Jack's top 4, I think.
Whoa.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I'm really, really impressed with these. I mean, this is a new one, so I've got to see. This is definitely sort of top 3 at the moment, but I've got to see whether this sneaks into the top 3 or the top 4. But let us know what you think of this Oaked XBA from Ballistic, because there's a lot of time, effort and care that goes into this. I mean, especially putting beer into an oak barrel, you've got to be very, very careful with what you do so that the beer doesn't go off.
I'm going to say, for me, on the nose, that's quite good. But it doesn't hit my palate as well as the Hawaiian Haze.
Yep.
As far as the nice citrusy, fresh feeling I get from it. I think it's the oak that
gives it a bit of bitterness. I think
the bitterness much earlier, and it's definitely not as fresh as the other ones. Yeah. So
okay.
I understand that this is Single Malt Jack's top 4, and Daniel is the Single Malt Jack, and much respect to what he's achieving here, but it's not on my top 4.
No, I definitely agree. So Fireman Steve has summed up the Oak XBA. Okay, it doesn't hit his flavour palette, but that's okay. We're going to keep moving here, and hopefully there'll be something else that you like on this palette. So the next one here is the Hazy IPA from Ballistic. And this is 1.8 standard drinks. It's at 6%. It is a quite a nice, I guess, session IPA, I'd probably call it. So it's not too intense for an IPA. Okay. I know you're usually not an IPA drinker, but let us know what you think about this one. That doesn't have that bitter aftertaste.
No, it doesn't. And I know what it is with the hazies and what the process is to do it, because I'm just not that aware.
Yeah.
But they seem to be a much smoother drinking beer.
Very syrupy as well.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. That they sort of go down a little bit easier.
Yep.
That definitely doesn't have that bitter aftertaste that
and especially 6%.
that one had. At 6%,
At 6%.
that's actually really smooth for a 6%.
Yeah. So we're talking about the first one we tried, 4.6, then we jump up to 5.5, 6%, and the West Coast IPA is actually at 7%. That's 2.1 standard drinks.
Yeah.
So would you give that a thumbs up or a thumbs down? Because I don't know, like
For what that is, as a hazy, being an IPA in my palate, I'm going to give that a thumbs up.
Yep.
That's quite easy to drink.
It
At
is.
6%. It's a slower session beer for me, so you can just sit on it for a bit and enjoy.
Tropical flavours.
And without that harsh bitterness at the end, I can actually sit here and enjoy it a bit and take in the flavours without just going, no. Which I get a lot from other beers.
It's definitely got some depth to it. If I had to pick my favourite beer at this very moment, I think I have to put it on that one. Balter do a fantastic job. Love their XBA as well. We haven't got that on the lineup. I probably would have, 12 months ago, but things have changed to date. So I would definitely put that as my top beer at the moment.
Yeah,
so let's move on, Steve.
Okay.
Bit hit and miss for you, but I think more hit than miss than usual.
You know what? That's fine. I'm giving it a go.
Yeah,
that's really all that
you
matters.
definitely give it a go. So we've got the Cryomofo. I don't know what that means at all, but it's a West Coast IPA, new offering from Balter, as I previously said. 2.1 standard drinks in the can. It's 7%. Okay, so we're really starting to step it up here by the time we get to the end.
Okay, so most 7%ers I've had, I can't stomach. Yeah, absolutely. Look, as a 7%er, I think that's pretty good. It's not something I would sit and drink, and even if we're just going off one or the other, that one as a 6%er
You
is
could
actually sit and drink.
Yeah, that
This
you
one
might
is-
have one or two.
and be done.
Yeah, it's not a session beer at all.
No,
It's not a session beer, but it is. I think at that percentage and for what it is, it's a West Coast IPA. I think definitely the flavour is there for me. That's got some serious depth to it.
there's a lot of depth of flavour to that one. Yes, I grant you that.
And these guys, I like what they do on the cans. The cans are very simple, but they also put a bit of a description of what you should be getting from the beer. So it says like a fresh pressed Hawaiian shirt. That's what it's saying. Okay, which is actually interesting because they call this a Hawaiian haze, but this has obviously got a lot more kick to it. Straight from the Cabana. Cryomofo is a luscious and fruity yet pure and polished Cryo Mosaic and Cryo Laurel hops burst. Okay, so that's obviously why they call it. It's because of the hops they use. So it is a bit of a pun. With refined citrus flavour, swirling bubblegum around lean malt, and a whiff of sticky icky, whatever that is. Get deep into the tropical juju without losing your cool. Put some Cryomofo on ice. There you have it. Very tropical, not too bitter, and actually quite...
You can market a flavour all you want, you need to try it.
Yeah.
So whatever that means, you need to give it a go. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. Don't be too concerned on not finding whatever flavour they're suggesting you need to find. As an
100%.
individual who wants to just give it a crack and see if you like it, for the reasons of local buying,
Yeah. If you had to put these beers, one last question for you, Steve. If you had to put these cans in order of preference,
Yeah, I can actually do that quite simply.
how would you do it?
Yeah.
Rearrange them for us.
Rearrange.
Yeah.
Okay, number 1.
Wow. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Number 2.
Number 2.
Very cool.
3.
And 4. Wow. So there you have it, guys. We're not going to ramp on for too long like we usually do when we get together, because we've got some whiskey to drink after this, and we've got a sunset to watch,
if we have to.
and then we've got some pizza coming. So there you have it. Ballistic has taken it out. Okay, and then we've got second and third Balter, and then Ballistic at the end. So pretty sort of split pot, I think.
It is a split pot, especially considering the alcohol content of all of them.
Yeah.
And my fairly limited palate.
Yes.
So I'm pretty happy that I got a 6%er in that rates pretty highly. Honestly, not bad.
Well, I mean, a 6 and 7% for you. I mean, they're quite, easy drinking beers for such a high
for a
ABV.
full of flavoured beer, yeah. But they don't have that lingering bitterness that I have a very big problem with.
No, but you do find it in that one.
That
That's why
one,
you probably put that last by a long shot.
Yeah, by a long shot, yeah.
So there you have it, guys. I mean, that's fantastic. Thanks for coming on board again, Steve, for another video. I think we've had fun again like we usually do. One last note, guys, before we go. Grab yourself one of these adventure kegs, okay? Because both of these breweries, you can go to the tap room and you can take your own keg in and you can fill up 3.8 litres of any beer they've got on tap. And a lot of the time they do have special release beers that they don't actually bottle and can, that are only available at the brewery. So all these beers, you can take your 3.8 litre adventure keg into Ballistic, you can take it into Balter. We've been into both breweries, well I have, you know, hundreds of times. And really nice guys. They'll fill up your keg, put a nice little label on it, and away you go. You got beer for the weekend. So there you have it, guys. We'll leave it with you, and we'll catch up with you next time.
Okay, thanks guys. Really appreciate it. Make sure you get on board the likes and the comments, and tell us what you think about it all, especially this little beauty over here. Really get on board. It's great. Great for the community as well.
Cheers.
Let me just find it. Yes, there it is.
Favourite beer?
Favourite beer. Cheers.
Cheers, guys.
Thank you.
We're getting better at this, Steve. Yeah. You're like, yeah.